What's going on, guys? You're here with Jono, back for another quick math lesson. Today we're going to be talking about this thing called Factorizing, Monic, Quadratic trinomials, okay? And that is just a stupid heading, in my opinion. Like, who knows what that means? We're going to break down each word and kind of see what it is, but it looks a lot more scary than it actually is. So we know that factorizing is taking a term and putting brackets there. So we're going to make some brackets. The other way to think about it is it's the opposite of expanding. So the next word there, monic, just means that there is no number with first pronumeral. So we've talked about like how a monobrow is one eyebrow, okay? So a monic in this sense is that there is only one of the term with the highest power. So we don't really need to get into the details of it, but it just means you're going to see x squared basically at the front. Quadratic means that there is a power. So we're not just talking about x's, we're going to have x squareds. And trinomials means there are three terms. So really, there's a lot going on, but all this thing's going to look like is we're going to have something like x squared plus 8x plus 12. Okay, so it looks kind of hard, but this really big like heading for what it is does not indicate its true difficulty. It is pretty cruisy. So in the last video, we saw that there was a shortcut for expanding two sets of brackets really quickly without using FOIL. And I'm just going to do a really quick example here. If you do kind of not see where I'm going with this, please check out my last video. So the first term is x squared because these two x's multiply together. The second term is the addition of the two numbers, so 7, and then we add the x in as by itself. And the last term is 3 times 4, which is 12. So it's a really quick way in order to do this. I definitely would suggest having a practice of this before you jump into this factorizing. So factorizing in this example is we're doing the exact same thing, but we're trying to put the quadratic back into those brackets. So instead of going this way, we're trying to go this way, the opposite of that. And we are going to use that skill that we just saw in that previous example. So we're going to go through the steps and the working at the same time here. Okay, and I would love for you to copy out both because the next couple examples will go in freehand. So for this, we've got x squared plus 8x plus 15. And the first thing we've got to do is work out two numbers that plus together to give 8 and times together to give 15. It's always going to be two numbers. It's easier to start with the 15, finding two factors of 15. So for this one, it's pretty cruisy that we've got 5 and 3. These are our two numbers and they're going to be really important. The next step is we're going to rewrite the exact same formula, but instead of writing 8x, we're going to change this into 5x plus 3x. It's just like writing 8 is 5 plus 3. It's just a long version of writing it, but we're going to throw those x's in as well. So for this, we've now got x squared plus 3x plus 5x plus 15. So just as a reminder, this 3x plus 5x is just 8x. We haven't changed our equation at all. We're just making it a little bit easier for us to do our next couple of steps. It also doesn't matter if you wrote 5x plus 3x, the order does not matter. Then what we're going to do is we're going to factorize these four as two pairs. So we're going to factorize this first pair and then we're going to factorize this second pair. We should always see the exact same thing in the brackets after we do this. So for this first one, we've got x squared plus 3x. The common factor there is x. So we're going to take an x out and then we're left with x plus 3. Then for the next one, we've got plus. The common factor between 5x and 15 is 5. And we're left with x plus 3. This is good news because we said that our brackets should be exactly the same, so we know we're on the right track. Then our last line of working is that we write down the leftovers in their own brackets. So we've got x on the outside and plus 5 on the outside. So we're going to write x plus 5. Then to get it to look like we did before, we've got to write out this x plus 3 as well. Okay? This now looks like an expansion question, so we know we've done it right. To check, you can FOIL it out to make sure you get what we had in the question, but following this is how we do it. So I know that is a lot of information really quickly. We're going to do one more example to see it's not too difficult. So for this one, we've got x squared plus 5x plus 6. So we're looking for a number that pluses together to give 5 and times together to give 6. So for this one, it's going to be 2 plus 3. And I like to write those down. So I've got 2 and 3. Now I've got to rewrite my equation, replacing the 5x with 2x and 3x. So my next line of working is x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 6. Now I've got to factorize these two pairs. That's my first pair, that's my second pair. The common factor between x squared plus 2x is x, and we're left with x plus 2. Common factor between 3x and 6 is 3, so I'm going to take out plus 3, x plus 2. This is looking great. I write down my leftovers, which is x plus 3, so I have x plus 3, and then here x plus 2. For these ones, you might have been able to see a shortcut. The minute you've got your two numbers, right, once you've worked out what two numbers plus together to give the middle and times together to give the end, you can just go straight to this step. You can say, oh, it must be x plus the first one, x plus the second one. So if you're on top of that, that's awesome. Last example with a negative, just to make sure. Here we've got to find a number that multiplies together to give 8, positive 8, and plus together to give minus 6. So we've got to find a number that pluses together to give here, times it together to give here. Just a little pro tip, if this number's negative and this number's positive, we know we're looking for two negative numbers. Okay, so for this one, it's going to be minus 4 and minus 2. So if you're good with that shortcut, you can go straight to the answer x minus 4, x minus 2. But we'll just do the working out because it will help us out later. So for this one, once we've got our numbers, we've got to rewrite our sentence. So we've got x squared minus 4x minus 2x plus 8. Then we have to factorize the two pairs. So the common factor between x squared and minus 4x is we've got x minus 4. And then we've got to take out the common factor between minus 2x and positive 8. Remembering that it does have to look exactly the same as this one. So for this one, we're going to take out a common factor of minus 2. So we've got minus 2, which leaves us with x minus 4. Here, we put the leftovers together in the first bracket, so x minus 2. And then we rewrite this second one, x minus 4, which is exactly what we expected when we jumped from that first step. Either one's totally fine. Having an idea of how this works is really going to help you in the future, but if you can jump to that next step straight away, why not? Thanks very much, guys, and I'll see you later. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you didn't find that Algebra 2 boring. There are some free worksheets attached in the description if you're looking for some extra help, as well as the notes from the whiteboard. If you guys do get a second, please subscribe to the channel because there's going to be more maths content coming out every couple of days. Thanks so much, and hopefully you're back for some more quick math.